Greetings, greetings. Today we are on day 4 on our prayer and fasting, and today we are dealing with setting the standard in our finances. But for us to set the standard in our finances, we need to understand seed. I say again, seed. The Lord led me to just teach a little bit about seed. But let me just talk about tithes and offering and gift, because they're separate and they have different function and purpose. As we know, tithing is 10% of your earnings, and that secures your finances. That doesn't bring a harvest, and it doesn't bring financial breakthrough. A gift now is just a gift. Freely give, freely receive. But a seed is a total different principle. And a seed is the principle that breaks the yoke of poverty, that breaks the yoke of debt, that breaks the yoke in your finances. Oh my God. A seed is supposed to be planted in a soil, a good soil. The Bible says that some fell on bad ground, some fell on good ground. So where you sow your seed is very important. And a seed is supposed to go in the ground, and it's supposed to be cultivated, nurtured, looked after. Same as it is when you sow a financial seed. It is supposed to be spoken over, spoken into, expecting. Whenever you sow a seed in the ground physically, you sow a specific seed and you expect a specific harvest. You don't just sow seed on the ground and expect it to grow. You expect an harvest, and that's what a seed is an expectation of something. So this day that we are on, day 4, for Lord to set the standard in our finances, a seed has to be in the ground. This is not an opportunity for me to look finances for the ministry, but it is a kingdom principle that I want to open your eyes to. Let's go to a very important story. There was a woman and her son. As you know, there was famine in the land, and the prophet came to her house, and he said to her, "What do you have in your house?" In other words, he was saying, "What do you have in the ground?" And she said, "All I have," like how you're saying, all you may have is just something small, barely a means of survival. That's all she had. And you know how funny it is? The prophet instruction was, prepare a meal for me. He didn't say prepare a meal for us. Let us all eat. He says, no, me, I want everything. And that same principle applies when it comes to seed. You have to tie your seed with an expectation and a desperation. The Bible says if you give bountifully, you will reap bountifully. So she gave sacrificially. It cost her everything, because what she wanted was a miracle. What she wanted was preservation. What she wanted was a financial breakthrough, a breakthrough so that she can survive and sustain her family. And she prepared the meal, and the prophet ate, and he said to her, "Woman, go borrow a vessel. The harvest is coming." He said, "Woman, now that the seed is in the ground, you need capacity." So tonight, as you sow into this ministry or any other ministry, You can sow wherever you are led to sow in whatever capacity. But we are setting the standard by all means in our finances. And as you sow, the next step is to go and get vessels, get capacity. If you want financial breakthrough, go and open a different bank account, a fresh bank account. If you want it in US currency, declare that you're opening a US currency bank account. If you need a car, make sure that you have your license. Make sure that the driveway is prepared. Go and get vessels. Make preparation for the harvest. Don't expect a financial harvest or for God to set the standard in your finances if there's not a seed in the ground. The mystery and the principle of sowing and reaping. So the first step is to ensure that you give not just a seed, but a sacrificial seed. Something that you feel she gave everything. And you know the story. She borrowed a vessel. And he said, borrow not a few. And she entered into the overflow. The vessel, all the vessels were filled and running over. So in this season, in this day, you don't want to miss tonight at 7 p.m. Make sure that you connect. Labasoko, to the Lord is going to shape your finances in a tremendous way. In a tremendous way, but you need a seed on the ground so that when we make prophetic declaration, just as he did, the prophet did to this woman, he made a prophetic declaration. He spoke into the harvest. He spoke into the seed. And he pulled out and harvest. Now, I want to share with you a testimony before I go. In 2023, I too was struggling financially, wanted a financial breakthrough. While I was on a program with my mentor and one of my spiritual father, Dr. Mike Murdoch, he was saying for us to sow a seed. I never sowed that amount of seed. It was a sacrificial seed. But I said, Lord, this is all I have. And I summed it up and I sowed. And my God, from 2023, my God, my finances changed in a splendid way because there was a seed in the ground. I'm telling you, you cannot expect a financial breakthrough if there's not a seed in the ground. So this is an opportunity to ensure that there's a seed on the ground today, tonight. It doesn't matter the amount. It's between you and God. But make sure that there's a seed so that your finances can step to another, so that you can break the yoke of poverty over your life. Because a seed has to be in the ground. And where you sow matter very much. Make sure that when you sow in a soil that is good, so that you can get an harvest. God bless you, and tonight invite someone. Share the message, share the word. We're on fasting, and tonight we're focusing on setting the standard in your finances. See you tonight. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.